Welcome, everybody, to the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. Matt Yaloff here, the show for you, the fan, on social media, and you can join us live on video as well. Today's guest, Reid Ryan, the president of business ops for the world champion Astros, and with 7 more wins, you'll be world champs once again. Thank you for joining us before Game 4, Reid.
Well, Matt, thanks for having me on. It's good to be here today and be back in the ALCS.
Yeah, I bet it is, but I want to know a little bit about the stress level inside that building right now for you and the entire team and organization.
Well, you know, this year, having gone as deep as we went last year and having a couple of Game 7s, our staff's really, was prepared this year. I think the team showed that they did not have a hangover from the World Series. We won a club record 103 games. Now, we have been battling some nagging injuries with a couple of guys this year, but we swept Cleveland, and we've had, 2 really close ball games. Last night's game got out of hand a little bit late. But, look, we're right in this series. We have a great chance to even the series tonight. We've got Charlie Morton on the mound, and we're ready to play ball here come 7:39 Central Time tonight.
Yeah, and we can't wait for it. So a question here from Alexander. Any message to the Astros fans prior to the game?
Well, look, this team, they want to go back-to-back. Alex Bregman has been our leader all year. He stated it early in spring training that our goal was to go back. It's the reason we settled on the mantra, never settle. We wanted our fans to know very early that winning the World Series was great, but we want to be considered a truly great organization, and to do that, we have to try to get back there again and repeat, and it's very hard to do. You have to have some breaks go your way, but look, we've raised the bar very high under Jim Crane, and our general manager, Jeff Luhnow, has built a deep farm system and an incredible big league team, and now we got to go do it, and whoever plays the best baseball will win.
Indeed. All right, we have a question now from a fan who is joining us. Give us your name and your question.
Hey, I'm Anthony, and not to change the subject too much, but I was wondering what the best spot to eat in Houston is.
Anthony, Houston is a foodie town. There are some incredible restaurants, and we have such a diversity in our community. Houston's one of the most diverse cities in the country, and so it depends on what you want. If you want Tex-Mex, we have a lot of that. If you want steakhouses, we've got tremendous steakhouses, but we also have incredible Indian food and Vietnamese food. So really, it's where do you want to go? We got a little something for everybody here.
How about that? You are an expert on food before Game 4 of the LCS. Hey, I want to follow up on Bregman. The question is from Jack. What's it like watching him doing what he does?
Well, it's a pleasure to get to watch Alex Bregman play every day. I was telling somebody yesterday, I think his command of the strike zone right now is as good as any I've seen really since Barry Bonds. I mean, he does not chase, so the ball is not a strike. And he knows his swing. He's put up an incredible year of 30 home runs, 50 doubles, 100 RBIs. No moment is too big for Alex Bregman. You look at what he did last year. I think when he came up, that 1 for 30, whatever, he was in when he started, I think he never changed his approach. He had good at-bats, and he grinded it out. And so his defense is superb. You saw it last night with a one-handed play, diving backhanded plays. The throw he made home last year against the Yankees was big for us to be able to get through the ALCS. And so it's a joy to get to watch Alex Bregman play every day. Plus, you never know what he's going to say or do.
Exactly.
And that brings a level of excitement to the ballpark every day.
I was going to get to that. The package with him, he's not shy. I mean, let's call it what it is. No. What does that do for the team and for everybody around him?
Well, baseball's fun. It's supposed to be fun. We're supposed to have a good time playing the game, and he connects with people from his teammates to the fans to, whether it's kids in the community. Alex is the kind of guy that goes out of his way to see, whether it's the Sunshine Kids or a Make-A-Wish kid coming up to the ballpark. He loves the spotlight. He enjoys being a baseball player. And some guys want to be a celebrity before they want to be a baseball player, but not Alex Bregman. He wants to be a baseball player first, and I think that's what makes him so great.
Yeah, I think he's actually both now in a very short amount of time.
He is, no doubt about it.
No doubt. In any city, he would qualify. We have another fan right now with a question. Hello to you, and what's your name, and what do you want to know?
Hi, my name is Nick from New York, and my question for you is, what are the strengths of the Astros for tonight against the Red Sox?
Well, we've got to go out and play our game. We have to have a good outing from Charlie Morton. We've got to score first. The team historically that scores first normally goes on to win the game. We've had a great track record this year when we score first. And, we got to take advantage of our opportunities. This has been a series where a lot of times the team that hasn't done the little things, whether it's walks, or making errors or, having a pass ball, the other team has won. And so we have to take advantage of their mistakes. We have to play a clean game. And I think if we play a clean game, the Astros will come out on top tonight.
Hey, Billy wants to know about advice that you get on pitching from your dad, Hall of Famer Nolan Ryan.
Well, in my job as president of business operations, I don't get much advice on pitching from my dad anymore. But when I was a kid, I used to get a lot of advice from my dad, and it was great advice. And a couple things my dad always said to me. He said, one, don't let the failure of your last pitch ruin the success of your next one. And that's a great life lesson. It's not always going to go your way in baseball. And if you listen to Alex Bregman last night, he said, hey, we got to move on and go to the next game. And this team does that very, very well. And so you can't dwell on yesterday or your last at bat or the last guy you faced on the mound. And then secondly, the one thing my dad always said to me is that you have to be the most prepared, both physically and mentally. And that's what I'm proud of this team with Brent Strom and A.J. Hinch, our manager, is that our pitchers go in very, very prepared. And we've been able to execute game plans. The game that Justin Verlander threw the other day was an incredible game. We've got so many good pitchers on this team. It's fun to watch those guys go out and see how mentally and physically prepared they are and how they attack the other team's weaknesses.
Yeah, I would say he's a good guy to get advice from on anything involving baseball. Another fan right now joining us. Hello, your name and what would you like to know?
What's going on? My name's West. My question, this might be a tough one. Do any of the Astros pitchers remind you of your dad?
Yeah, actually, Justin Verlander does a lot. And one of the neat things about watching my dad play was when he got guys on base, he kind of took it to another level. And you can see Justin that when he gets somebody on, he just steps it up to another level, and he doesn't give in. He's going to work his pitch. I think it was a perfect example the other night when he walked 3 guys in a row in Boston. He had a game plan. He was going to work that ball inside, and he was just missing a couple of those pitches, but he didn't deviate from what Justin does well. He was trying to execute his game plan and just missed a little bit. And so he really does remind me of my dad in a lot of ways, the way he goes about his work, the way he attacks hitters, and just his whole mound presence. So it would be Justin Verlander.
All right, so how about the EDJ question of the day? And it is as follows. The key to putting together a championship team every year, what is it?
Well, it's having our general manager, Jeff Luhnow, and our scouting department, because they're the ones that deserve the credit. They built this team. There were a couple of hard years, and we've decided that we were going to build this club by breaking it down and by drafting and developing players and turning them into good big league players. And then we were able to supplement those guys with free agents, and we've made some incredible trades along the way. So Jeff gets the credit for that, and the fact that we have not really sold the farm to get some of these players over the last couple years, and that we've been able to keep a top 10 farm system, and we still have a lot of talent in our system, bodes well for Astro fans in the future.
Reid, Victoria wants to know, when you watch the game, do you have any superstitions?
Always. I'm actually wearing my World Series ring today. I hadn't been wearing it the last couple games because we hadn't lost 2 games in a row, and so I didn't have it on. But since we've lost 2 games in a row, I put the ring back on. And so I'm always mixing it up. I think it's growing up around the game of baseball. I'll wear a lucky tie, or I'll wear, a lapel pin. I went back to the Astros Foundation pin today. So we'll see. It's a little weird, I know, but it's what makes baseball special. I think a lot of guys have those kind of things.
You have the ring on right now.
I do. There you go.
There you go. That's what I wanted to know. All right, good. Now, where do you keep it? No, I'm kidding. All right, another fan.
I just keep it in my car. Just don't break into my car, okay?
Yeah, right.
Get it.
We have another fan. What's your name, and what would you like to know?
Hey, Reid, this is Andrew, and I know there's a lot to be impressed with the current team that as is. So I want to find out, what's the one thing that has impressed you the most about your club this season?
You know, I think it was that we didn't have that World Series hangover. I thought AJ did a tremendous job of kind of resting guys in spring training. We started spring training really early this year. The regular season started in March this year. And so he kind of worked those guys in to where once we got to the regular season, they felt rested. And it was just the way that we came out and played quality baseball, I think, one. But secondly, it's the emergence of some new guys. You saw Tony Kemp and Tyler White really have breakout years. And, you know, they made the playoff roster. You also were able to see, you know, Garrett Cole be with the Astros and put him in the middle of our rotation. We saw a full year of Justin Verlander and how much better those two guys made everybody else on the staff. So it's been a fun year to watch this team mature on the field. All
right, final question, and I'm going to take it here because I want to know. You're from a baseball family, royalty in baseball. Your entire life in and around it. If that was not the case, what would you be doing?
You know, I don't know. That's a good question. Probably, we've been in the banking business a long time as well, so I'd probably be involved with banking or business on some other front.
All right, Reid Ryan, Game 4, ALCS. We appreciate your time very much. Good luck, and we hope to see you and your team back in Boston. We want this thing to go long.
Me too.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Reid Ryan.
All right, see you guys.
All right,
Bye-bye.
in the Edward Jones chatting cage. Matt Yaloff here. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.